Merry Christmas, everyone. Got a few things to show, so let's get into it. First, I have part two, the sequel of another video I made a while back about a bidding war I got into for a couple cards. And the short version of that is I got into this bidding war with this guy, and what I think happened is we both had the same mindset where we both wanted the exact same two cards. And our strategy was to just put a really high maximum bid with the thought that I just want to guarantee that they'll be mine, and no, it's not going to go that high, so I'm just as like a guarantee, right? Well, lo and behold, when two people do that, the bid shot up to an unreasonable amount right away, and then we both just kind of doubled down. But then I backed away at a certain point and was like, rats, I don't get to have those cards. And yeah, of course, so the other guy won. Now, the cards in question were two of the scarcer cards in the 1973 Calby set, the original back set of 91 cards. And I am collecting this run. And if you didn't know, which you might if you're watching my channel, but quick plug, if you want to see these 73 Calby cards cataloged and translated by me in one convenient place, you can go to my blog, Nippon Baseball Retro. That's NIPPON baseballretro.blogspot.com, but I'll put the link in the description as well, and you can see the entire set, almost the entire set, the images of the cards and complete translations of the backs as well, and a bunch of other awesome, cool stuff about vintage Japanese baseball cards too. So yeah, do check it out. But anyway, so back to this auction. That was two cards for this set, which I am very, very near completing. And I'm pleased to say I'm even more close to completing now, because what happened was, this actually happened a while ago, I just didn't make a video about it. Turns out the guy chickened out. So I noticed a couple days later that the cards were relisted on the auction site. This was not eBay, it's Yahoo Auctions, which is like the Japanese eBay. And I was like, huh, looks like he chickened out. So by the way, on the bidding war with him, they went up to about $150 a piece. That's what he won them for. Now these cards, while scarce, are generally not going to go for, no one's going to pay $150 a piece for them. That's just not where the market is. So it was definitely an inflated price because of our similar strategy in the bidding war. But anyway, relisted, and I won them. I was the only bidder that time. I think the other guy was like, if that guy's willing to go to 150, I just can't risk it again and have to chicken out and tell the seller that I'm not going to buy him again. So he was out of the picture. I was the only one that bought them, and I got them for a much nicer price. By the way, I would have paid the 150 per card. I would have stuck to my guns because that's what I bid, and I would have stuck to it. And I know that's easy to say now, but I would have. But it's moot because I got the cards for a much better price, a sane price. I think I got them each for about $30 a card, which is definitely more reasonable and in line with what you would expect them to go for. So these are the cards. I'll do them in order. Well, it doesn't really matter that much. But the first one is number 81, and this is of Katsuya Nomura, the great Nankai Hawks catcher. I talk about him a lot on my channel. He's second all-time in home runs and second all-time in hits in Japanese baseball. One of the greatest catchers and greatest players ever. Definitely doesn't get his due as much as he should. And this is a great card. This is one of my favorite cards in the set. And this is the bat back, of course, because that's what I'm collecting. But this card in the bat back is particularly scarce because these high number, basically this Batback set was released in 2 series, and the second series, which is much smaller than the first series, was only released in Western Japan. And then, of course, they decided to change the backs and stuff. So these are very hard to come by. And this is definitely the hardest part about putting this set together, is doing these second series high number cards. So that's one of them. And then the other one is another Nankai Hawk and another great player who is also underrated, and that's Hiromitsu Kadota. And he was a slugger for the Hawks. He's actually 3rd all-time in home runs, behind O and Nomura in Japanese baseball. So this is number 83. So yeah, those are the 2 cards that I was bidding on in the bidding war and then lost out on. But then the other guy chickened out, and I was able to make them mine. So now, what this means is I have one more card to get for my Batpack run. I would say I've been working on putting this set together for about 2 years. It's not easy. Outside Japan, it's pretty much impossible. In Japan, it's really difficult. But this is the last card I need for the entire Batback 73 run, the original set. This is card number 79 of Shinichi Yamauchi, pitcher, and incidentally, another Nankai Hawk. So this one right here, that's it, baby. That's the one I need. The final card in my 73 Batback run. Because this is a video on Christmas Day, it's the end of the year, people start doing like New Year's resolutions, or I can't make it a resolution because it's not something that I really have complete control over because the card is rare, and there's a good chance I don't get it in 2026. I'm just sitting on 90 of the 91 cards, and that'll be that. But so I really want to get that card and finish off the Batback set and have the complete set. Can't tell you how stoked I would be, or I should say optimistically how stoked I will be when I get it eventually. Don't know how many people have a complete set of 73 Calvi Batbacks. It ain't many. There's probably a few guys in Japan who have one. I would venture to say probably 0 in the US or elsewhere, but okay, so that's that. 73 Batback Bidding War Part 2. I eventually emerged victorious. The rest of these are actually Calbys too. I always pick up O's when I can, and this one was a really clean one. I don't think I've shown this one yet. It was sitting on my desk for a while. And this is a nice, probably 76 or 77 Calby of... no, it would have to be 77, I believe, because the gentleman on the right there, Isao Harimoto, who's the all-time hits leader in Japanese baseball, I believe he joined the Yomiuri Giants in 77, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be mistaken. So I think this is a 77 Galby. Of course, that's O on the back, or up on the back, from the back, I should say. So, O and Harimoto, yeah, they both played together late in both of their careers. For most of his career, Harimoto played for the Flyers/Fighters. And the Fighters are now based in Hokkaido. Up in Sapporo in Hokkaido, but they used to be based in Tokyo. They used to be like an also ran team in Tokyo. And that's the team that Harimoto played for most of his career, but he made a late career jump to the Giants, seeking glory. This was actually a fairly common thing to do back then. Late career moves to the Giants by notable players. I think another big example of that would be like Masaichi Kaneda, who is probably the greatest pitcher in Japanese baseball history. Also jumped to the Giants last few years of his career. Harimoto did the same. I gotta say, I get triggered when I see Harimoto's Hall of Fame plaque because he's wearing a Giants hat on it. I'm like, are you kidding me? Played for him for like, what, 3-4 years or something like that. But it's the Giants, so same with Kaneda. But at least Kaneda won a few championships. Anyway, kind of a digression. But this is a great card. Isao Harimoto, the all-time hits leader, and O, the all-time home run leader. And by the way, these two guys also place in the top 10 in each other's signature stat, right? So O is top 10 all time in hits, and Harimoto is top 10 in home runs himself. So, where exactly Harimoto places in home runs, I can't quite remember. It's O, Nomura, Kadota. Is he fourth, maybe? Anyway, so two all-time greats there. This is a real clean card, too. So, and then, well, finally, I guess, yeah, I got another O, and this is a 1980, and this is a pretty scarce card. The 1980 set, which I am collecting the large, 1980 Calbee large. I won't get into that right now, maybe in another video. I mean, I've already gotten into it, but let's not do that now. So this is a 1980 from Series 3. This is number 131 of Sadaharu O. So this is one you're not going to see very often. The 1980 set is quite scarce. And this one is interesting as a Series 3 1980 card. So take a look at the back here. In black. So it's got the black ink on the back. And this set, 1980, was released in, I want to say, 6 series. But for whatever reason, with Series 3, or Block 3 to use the Japanese terminology, the first printing of Series 3 was done in black ink. And I'm not really sure, like, the reason for that, because until then, the 1 and 2, both the large and small sizes, not going to get into it, they've all been done up until that point in pink or magenta ink on the back. But then Series 3 came along, and the first printing of Series 3 was in black ink. And I don't know the reason. But it was, and then subsequent printings, the second print or whatever of the same series, Series 3, was done in the expected magenta ink. And I don't have the magenta O of this. There is one, though. This one's black. There is a magenta version of this card if it's not the first print. So I would like to get that one, but for illustrative purposes, I have another card that can give you an idea. This is card number 201. Well, actually, this might not be Series 3, but it gives you an idea of what the pink Series 3 look like. So this is actually an Isao Shibata that I pulled myself from a pack, so it's very minty, crescent fresh. But anyway, the point is, this is what the magenta ink backs look like. And you can contrast that to the black, right? And so, yes, I think this Shibata card is actually a different series. The black ink is a quirk only of the first prints of Series 3. You getting all this? So, yes, the magenta version of this O does exist, and I want it. It would be cool to have both versions. I would say, based on my own observation and buying of these cards, the black ink back first print Series 3 are scarcer than the magenta versions, and generally go for a little bit more. So anyway, that's what I've got for you guys. Once again, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, all that. As always, thanks for watching. Peace.